Papoose reacts to Remy Ma and 50 Cent buzz. Fans debate online. Hold on to your phones and turn your volume all the way up, because the hip-hop internet just suffered a massive catastrophic meltdown, and for once nobody saw this plot twist coming. Just when you thought the messy multi-year marital fallout between Papoose and Remy Ma couldn't possibly get any more convoluted, 50 Cent decided to stir the pot, only for Papoose to drop an absolute bombshell that has completely shattered the entire timeline. Did Papoose finally expose the alleged behind-the-scenes puppet master who's been orchestrating all this social media chaos? Or are we witnessing a masterclass in deflection from a man trying to save face after months of relentless trolling? The internet is officially on fire, with millions of fans furiously taking sides in what is rapidly becoming the most chaotic rap feud of the decade. For months, everyone was tracking every leaked text, every cryptic Instagram post, and every wild rumor involving boxing champion Claressa Shields. But now, Papoose has finally broken his silence, and he didn't just step into the chat. He came in swinging at the biggest internet troll in hip-hop history. Was 50 Cent simply throwing gasoline on someone else's fire? Or was there a far darker, more calculated narrative being pushed to manipulate public perception? Grab your popcorn and do not skip a single second, because what's about to be exposed will completely change the way you look at this entire controversy forever. Now, to truly understand the sheer magnitude of this scandal, we have to go back to the very beginning and break down how this tangled web of hip-hop royalty, social media pettiness, and alleged backroom betrayals spun so completely out of control. For over a decade, Papoose and Remy Ma were held up as the undisputed poster couple for ultimate loyalty in the rap industry. We were constantly told that their bond was impenetrable, forged through years of hardship, prison sentences, and high-profile industry battles. But if the latest whispers, leaked internal memos, and anonymous industry insiders are to be believed, that picture-perfect image was nothing more than a carefully curated public relations illusion masking a toxic pressure cooker waiting for the slightest spark to explode. Enter 50 Cent, the undisputed king of digital warfare, a man who has turned online trolling into a multi-million-dollar sport. For months, 50 Cent has been lurking in the shadows of this public marital fallout, dropping subliminal memes, cryptic comments, and outrageous allegations that constantly push Papoose and Remy Ma back into the trending topics. But why would 50 Cent care so deeply about the private affairs of another couple? According to allegedly leaked audio recordings and whispers from high-level record executives who insisted on remaining anonymous, 50 Cent's persistent jabs weren't just harmless internet jokes. They claim he was operating as a deliberate agent of chaos, intentionally fanning the flames to sabotage ongoing business deals, media distributions, and high-stakes network negotiations tied directly to the couple's individual brands. When you look at the track record of everyone involved, the bad reputation and history of petty feuds only make these outrageous allegations even easier to swallow. Remy Ma has never been one to back down from a fight, built on a street-hardened reputation that fears no adversary in the booth or on the timeline. Papoose, on the other hand, has historically presented himself as the calm, level-headed strategist, deeply protective of his family and fiercely dedicated to his craft. But when you throw 50 Cent into that specific chemical compound, a man who built an entire media empire on relentless psychological warfare and public humiliation, peace was never going to be an option. The moment the marital split hit the headlines, the internet immediately weaponized every single detail, turning private grief into public sport. Industry veterans who have watched this train wreck unfold claim that the atmosphere behind closed doors quickly spiraled into absolute paranoia. Insiders report that as soon as the initial rumors began circulating about secret meetings, financial disputes, and potential third-party interference, both camps began hiring private security teams, digital forensic experts, and high-powered legal defense firms just to monitor each other's online activity. It wasn't just about who said what on an Instagram livestream anymore. It quickly became a ruthless battle over brand ownership, music catalog royalties, and high-value sponsorship contracts. The stakes went from high to astronomical in a matter of seconds, creating a vacuum where every single rumor, no matter how absurd, was treated like a direct threat to national security. What makes this entire situation so deeply fascinating and undeniably toxic is the sheer level of petty escalation that followed. According to source reports circulating within inner hip-hop circles, private communications between the parties involved had completely broken down months ago, replaced entirely by formal legal cease and desist letters and aggressive public commentary. Every single public appearance was scrutinized for hidden messages. Every lyric was analyzed like an ancient manuscript, and every random social media interaction was viewed as a calculated strike. Fans watched in utter disbelief as the narrative shifted from a simple marital disagreement to a full-blown war of attrition involving high-stakes industry manipulation, third-party instigators, and public image destruction. And just when people thought the narrative couldn't possibly get any more convoluted, the name of world champion boxer Claressa Shields was thrown right into the epicenter of the tornado. The internet went into an absolute frenzy, manufacturing wild theories, fake confrontation stories, and sensationalized timelines of who was where on any given night. Rumors started flying that high-stakes confrontations were taking place in quiet, gated luxury communities, complete with alleged calls to law enforcement, frantic security guards, and frantic neighbors peering out their windows. While legitimate media outlets rushed to verify these wild claims, social media gossip channels ran with the most sensational versions possible, turning unverified online gossip into gospel truth overnight. Endless barrage of disrespect became completely overwhelming. For a man who built his entire career on the concepts of honor, lyrical precision, and unshakable loyalty, watching his personal life transformed into a daily meme factory for 50 Cent and millions of online spectators was clearly taking a massive emotional toll. Critics argued that his prolonged silence was a sign of defeat, suggesting that he had been completely outmaneuvered by the relentless trolling machine. Meanwhile, his loyal supporters maintained that he was simply playing chess, waiting for the exact right moment to step up to the microphone, clear his name, and deliver a devastating response that would expose the whole sordid reality once and for all. When Papoose finally did decide to open his mouth and address the world, the shockwaves were felt across every corner of the music and entertainment industry. He didn't just offer a polite, rehearsed PR statement drafted by a legal team. He came out with a raw, unfiltered barrage that directly targeted the rumors, the trolls, and specifically the persistent commentary originating from 50 Cent's camp. He alleged that the public had been completely fed a masterclass in psychological manipulation, designed from day one to paint him as the victim while hiding the true financial and personal motivations driving the narrative behind the scenes. He questioned the integrity of the blogs, the motives of the online commentators, and the hidden agendas of industry figures who profit off the destruction of Black love and legacy. The immediate aftermath of those explosive statements caused an absolute earthquake online, instantly dividing the hip-hop community into fiercely opposing factions. On one side, you have the die-hard Papoose loyalists who applaud him for finally standing up, drawing a firm line in the sand, and refusing to allow internet trolls to dictate his reality. They argue that he exposed 50 Cent for what he truly is in this scenario: a clout-chasing instigator who uses other people's pain to drive engagement for his own television shows and media projects. They believe Papoose showed tremendous restraint by not letting the situation escalate into actual physical violence, choosing instead to dismantle the false narrative with direct, undeniable truths that left the critics completely speechless. On the opposite side of the fence, you have the skeptical critics and dedicated 50 Cent fans who view Papoose's breaking of silence as nothing more than a desperate, poorly timed attempt at damage control. They argue that by responding directly to the rumors, Papoose did exactly what 50 Cent wanted him to do, taking the bait and giving even more life to a story that was slowly starting to fade from the headlines. They claim that his explanations were full of contradictions, deflections, and convenient omissions, raising even more suspicious questions about what really went down behind the scenes. To them, the outburst wasn't a triumph of truth, but rather the visible cracking of a man who can no longer handle the intense heat of the public spotlight. To fully comprehend how this situation degenerated into an absolute media circus, we have to peel back the layers of the alleged investigative findings and leaked reports that have been quietly bouncing around the darker corners of the internet. According to anonymous sources claiming to be former staff members, ex-assistants, and disgruntled industry insiders, the financial and personal dynamics behind this feud are far more outrageous than anyone could have ever imagined. We are talking about allegations of extravagant, jaw-dropping spending sprees, bizarre power plays, and backroom negotiations that sound like they were pulled straight out of a prime-time television crime drama. These leaked memos suggest that behind the public facade of dignified silence, a chaotic scramble for financial control and media dominance was actively taking place. Multiple unverified reports allege that during the height of the marital tension, Absurd amounts of money were being thrown around in what can only be described as a petty arms race of public relations warfare. Rumors suggest that high-price crisis management firms were retained on massive. The internet is officially split right down the middle, and I want to know exactly where you stand. Drop a comment down below right now and tell me, are you Team Papoose for setting the record straight? Or do you think 50 Cent won this round without even trying? Was this whole situation a masterclass in psychological warfare? Or just another sad case of internet clout taking over real life? Don't hold back. Let's get the debate going in the comments. And if you want the absolute raw, unfiltered truth behind every single celebrity scandal before the mainstream media tries to cover it up, smash that like button, hit subscribe right now, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a single second of the heat. Stay locked in, stay skeptical, and I'll see you on the next one.